Boxing Truth here. Now I'm hearing that Bob Arum's two of some of his best fighters in the stable, Nicholas Walters and Vasyl Lomachenko. I'm hearing that Bob Arum is interested in matching them on the same card for around April or May this spring, and it looks like perhaps this fight is back on. It could be on a collision course to fight later in the fall of this year. However, the plan is for Bob Arum is interested in matching Walters against Takashi Uchiyama. He's the WBA super featherweight champion at 130 pounds. He's considered the number one guy according to BoxRec. However, he's mostly fought in Japan. He's 36 years old. He's held that title hostage for the past 5 years. The knock on him is that he's been a pro for almost 10 years and only has 25 fights to show for it. He's relatively unknown throughout the world, but he's popular in Japan, of course. It'd be a good fight. It'd be an interesting fight. A lot of hardcore fans will be buzzing about this matchup if it were to be made. Right now, they're negotiating for the fight. According to Arum, both sides are very interested in putting this fight together. Uchiyama does have interest coming over to the United States and defending his title against Walters on a big platform like HBO. It's a good fight. Uchiyama is strong. He's got knockout power, good left hook to the body, good straight right hand, stays in the pocket. It'd be an intriguing fight. A lot of action in this fight. Walters comes forward. He puts a lot of pressure, throws big shots. However, his last two fights he hasn't been impressive. He's looked very ordinary. He's didn't look good against Mariaga at all. Got hurt a couple times in that fight, and he outweighed the guy by at least 12 pounds, and somehow he got hurt by a much lighter guy in Mariaga. Mariaga's a good fighter, but he wasn't really that much tested, but he was a good fighter. It was a close fight. A lot of the HBO commentators went overboard. A little too much dick riding that telecast, saying that he dominated Mariaga. He didn't. I barely had him beating Mariaga, but he did win the fight. And again, if you watch the very controversial Walters versus Sosa's fight, going into that fight, I was very surprised with Top Rank's matchmaking of matching Walters with Sosa, because when I gave Sosa the eye test, I actually picked Sosa to beat Walters. I just thought it was a strange fight that Top Rank matched him with. There was a lot of rumors last year that Walters was trying to leave Top Rank and he was going to sign with Heyman. It was already set in stone that he was going to sign with Heyman and join the PBC. That's not the case. However, he's going to continue his career with Top Rank. But going into that fight, there was a lot of rumors that that was possibly his last fight with Top Rank, the Sosa fight, and I was saying to myself that, possibly Top Rank is trying to get Walters beat by matching him with Sosa. Yeah, Sosa was untested, didn't have the best resume. He had, 4 defeats on his record, but the guy's a good fighter. He's strong. He's got real power at the division. He's much bigger. And if you looked at Walters' career with Top Rank's matchmakers, they matched him with much smaller guys like Donier and Darchinian, guys that he can blow out of the water. And if you watch that fight against Sosa, he couldn't do that against Jason Sosa because he's the bigger guy. He's around the same size, same strength, and Walters was in there with a guy his own size, and he couldn't blow him out of there. He didn't look good in the fight. It wasn't a good performance. I actually thought he lost the fight. I thought the decision was fair. They scored a draw, but not one judge gave it to Walters, and that's how really the fight went. It was a close, competitive fight, but I thought Sosa edged him. I thought he landed the better shots. I thought, he won the last 2 rounds of the fight, and that sealed the deal for him. But it was a close fight. Draw is a fair decision, but Walters needs to go back to the drawing board, see what's up with his performances. His last 2 performances have not been great. So that's why this fight with Uchiyama is very interesting. Can he beat Uchiyama? It's a 50-50 fight to me. Uchiyama is strong. He's not the same size as Walters. He's been in the division all his career. He's made he's made defenses of his title. He's shown good power in the division. And Walters hasn't shown that he could. He buzzed Sosa momentarily in the fifth round, but that was about it. It'll be an interesting fight. I hope this fight gets made. Anyways, that the plan is for Walters to fight Uchiyama, and if he can beat Uchiyama, pick up his strap, then of course Aaron will like to match Lomachenko with Walters for the fall. Now it's still not set in stone that Lomachenko is going to move up, but if you watch my previous Lomachenko video, I believe that's the plan. I believe Lomachenko will move up to 130 and perhaps get a showcase fight in the same card where Walters will possibly fight Uchiyama either in April or May. Now Lomachenko, he could stay at featherweight. It's possible, but I really believe he'll move up. And I think a perfect opponent for Lomachenko would be Yuriorkis Gamboa at 130 as a showcase. That'd be a good fight for him. I think Lomachenko trashes Gamboa. Gamboa is done. He's done. He's done. I saw his last fight. He looked terrible. Looked very ordinary. The guy that he beat was claiming he won the fight. He wasn't impressed with Gamboa at all. His ability. And Gamboa he didn't look good at all in that fight. I just wasn't impressed. Didn't see the power. He was just pretty much just going with the motions in that fight. Gamboa is just ruined his career by leaving Top Rank and signing with a neophyte promoter in 50 Cent, who couldn't keep him active and couldn't get him the big fights. And those long layoffs and the inactivity has ruined his career. He's not the same fighter he was when he was at featherweight and dominating guys like Salido and Matagua, and Georgie Salas. He looked tremendous at featherweight, but now those days are long gone. He's going to be an opponent possibly to one of Aram's stars. That'd be a good fight for Lomachenko, but I don't know what Aram's thinking for Lomachenko if he moves up to 130. Who will be his first fight at that weight? Perhaps it could be Jason Sosa, maybe somebody else, maybe a Salido rematch. But currently Salido is negotiating with Vargas for a fight at 130 for Vargas' WC title. That'd be a good fight. Anyways, the 130-pound weight class is becoming an exciting division. There's a lot of names. There's also more availability for fighters like Walters and Lomachenko to fight those guys. The division is not really run by Heyman at all. He only has a couple of fighters in the division like Fortuna and Pedraza that hold belts. But mostly the division is mostly they're not affiliated with Heyman, so Walters and Lomachenko could pick up some straps, have a showcase, and then they can fight each other in the fall in a very anticipated fight. Now, with the way Walters is looking, if they were to fight, Walters he's the bigger man, but Lomachenko is a more skilled fighter. Right now, I favor Lomachenko. I need to see more how Walters in the 130-pound division. I need to see how Lomachenko looks at 130 before I can say definitely. But right now, I favor Lomachenko. I think that fight, if that were to happen, Lomachenko's skill, speed, and footwork would be too much for Walters. But need to see more of those guys at that weight class. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Who you got in a potential Walters Lomachenko fight. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.